presentation for Nyloxin. This is Steve Gewecke. I'm the president of Nyloxin. Very excited again to be here tonight with a ton of guest speakers tonight that are going to come out and share their stories, their inspiring and motivational stories of how Nyloxin, our flagship product, has changed their life and this opportunity as well. And tonight it's testimonial night. You know, we're just kind of in a place right now where with these business presentations, we're just bringing some special flair to the presentations this week. Not doing our standard business presentation as we're getting ramped up and prepared for the release of our dual team system and our new PowerPoints that are being developed and so forth. So in the meantime, we just wanted to kind of add some special things on these webinars. And tonight it's testimonial night. We just want to showcase some of the powerful stories that our product, Nyloxin, has developed over the last 11, 12 months, excuse me, with the company. And, you know, I'm in the vantage point where I hear most of them. I get a chance to see and hear from people every day about how this product is helping people. But many of you, you know, maybe you don't get to hear. You don't really know exactly how well the product is working specifically. And, you know, it may be working for you personally and maybe a few others. But when you hear some of these stories tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to be inspired. I hope tonight that you brought some friends with you to this webinar that maybe are struggling with pain in some degree, and they're looking for a way to get that pain out of their body. Well, folks, if you're here tonight and you just heard about this for the first time today, somebody invited you onto this webinar because they know that you're struggling with pain in some way, I'm telling you, you're going to be so inspired and excited by the time this webinar is over with tonight, because your entire future can change and how you feel in your body each and every day, especially now in the holiday season when you want to feel your best. You don't have to struggle with pain anymore. We have an option for you, and you're going to hear exactly how this product has helped change the lives of many other people around the country. And so tonight, we're going to go ahead and just start bringing out some guest speakers here to share their stories. And I'm going to start with Wendy Dayton in Colorado. Wendy, I'm going to go ahead and bring you on as a speaker. And I'm going to turn your voice on. If you can open up your microphone by clicking on your microphone, remove the red line through it, put it green, and just go ahead and greet us when you're ready. Let us know if you're available.
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, Wendy, I can hear you loud and clear. And thank you for agreeing to come on tonight and share your testimonial with us. And there's no time limit on how long you want to talk. If you want to talk the whole hour, if it's interesting, we'd love to hear it. But just go ahead and just share from your heart tonight. Tell us exactly what this product has meant to you.
Well, thanks, Steve. According to my mother, I have the gift of gab, so I could probably do the whole hour, but I will spare you. So, um, you know, both my husband George and I have used the product for headaches and other little aches and pains, and it just does the trick. And but what I want to talk about tonight isn't so much myself, is my massage therapist. I had gifted her an 8-ounce bottle of Nyloxin, and knowing that that would probably be a wise investment on my part, and it is starting to go in that direction for sure. And every time I go in for a massage, because I do that pretty regularly for myself, and she's always got some little story for me. So I'll tell you a couple of those this evening. And one of them that really kind of got my attention is a lady that comes to her that has peripheral neuropathy. And she was moving from Colorado to Florida and had just secured her medical marijuana license so that she could deal with the pain now that she's out of state. However, my massage therapist wisely pointed out to her that that's probably not going to be all that accessible to her on, you know, short order. And she said, let's just work with this product today. And she applied the Nyloxin, and the woman literally commented to her that that was probably the best pain relief that she had experienced in quite some time. So I was very grateful to that. And then out of that, since she moved away, she'd already told some people about it before she left. And I got a call from one of her friends and was able to offer some pain relief to this lady as well as her mother-in-law. So she bought a couple of bottles of the extra strength gel. And then the next time that I was in to see my massage therapist, she told me of a lady who had injured her foot pretty severely, and she just kind of checked it out a little bit, and she could really not even touch it. It gave her quite a bit of discomfort. So she says, well, let's go ahead and apply some of the Nyloxin. She explained to her what it was and the active ingredient being the cobra venom, et cetera, et cetera. And she has her own little story of how to get people's attention with that is kind of cute. But anyway, she worked on the other areas of the body while they gave the Nyloxin time to work. And by the time she got back to the lady's foot, she literally could manipulate it and do the maneuvers that she needed to give her the help that she was requiring. And so, needless to say, the lady was quite impressed and took a card. And then my massage therapist herself. Now, this is a story in the making. She has two sisters that they got together for Thanksgiving because they are not going to be able to get together for Christmas. And so they did their gifts, and she had gotten both an 8-ounce bottle for both sisters, and then another, the extra strength spray for the sister who has severe arthritis, and the other one is dealing with MS. So I am looking forward to hearing a good report Thursday when I see my massage therapist. And as long as her sisters use it according to plan, we should have a nice story out of that coming too. And it's just such a blessing to know that the products that we work with are changing so many people's lives, and that really is what it's all about, is people touching people. Thanks, Steve.
Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. Thanks for being on the call tonight and sharing your story. I appreciate
My
it very
pleasure.
much, and we look forward to hearing the good news on that report. Let's go out to California with Kimberly Forbes. Kim, why don't you go ahead and turn on your microphone here? Let me turn you on actually here. Okay, your microphone, you should be able to open it up and come out and greet us when you're ready. Kimberly, I see her on now. Kimberly, are you there?
Am I on? I'm not, here I am.
There you are.
Yay. I was waiting for it to turn green. Here I am. So, yeah, I have also, I took a really nasty fall down my stairs in March of this year, and I have not been able to get over the pain since then. It's taking a long time to heal. I mean, the doctors, um, can't even tell me actually what I did. The last X-ray I had, they said, "Well, we don't see anything, but we're 99% sure you cracked a rib." And what that has to do with my hip, I have no idea. But so I'm not getting very much help there. I started taking the Nyloxin, and it lets me sleep, and I can get around a little bit better than I would if I wasn't taking it. So I'm really thankful. I mean, when I am not a happy person when I don't get enough sleep and when I hurt. So I've been able to function and move around, get around like I wouldn't otherwise. Um, but I have, we went to the Ultimate Women's Expo in Los Angeles that Dr. Cook invited us to go to. And we did get to talk to a lot of people. I've called several of them back. But one of them, I'll tell you about two of them. One of them had a headache for 4 days, and she had suffered from migraines for 20 years. And this kind of headache that she gets, it'll linger for days and then just become a full-blown migraine where she has to go home and go to bed. It takes her days to get over it. She ends up with nausea and joint pain and the rest of it. I'm not sure whether that's a result of the migraine or the medications that she takes when she gets a migraine. But we sat her down and put the gel on her temples, as I had heard that somebody was doing that for their migraines and finding relief. And we gave her a couple shots in her mouth with the oral spray. And we were packing up, getting ready to go, and she came walking down the aisle, and I could not believe the expression on her face. She looked like a different woman. She was smiling, biggest smile. She's a beautiful woman, but just had a beautiful smile, and was explaining to all of us that she was going to go home, empty out her medicine cabinet, and throw away everything that she'd ever used before for her migraines, because she could not believe how quickly it worked and how good she felt. And in the days following that, when I called her to check up with her, she said that she didn't have any of the usual nausea. She didn't have the achiness for the couple days afterward, and she could not be more happy. She also does greyhound rescues, the dogs that they use for racing, and she rescues those. She has a couple of them. Of course, they're, can get pretty achy the way they've been, ridden so hard when they were being raced. And I'm looking forward to being able to introduce that to her. She's a little scared because one of them is allergic to chicken. And I talked to Rick about that when we were in Sacramento, and he said, well, the way they make something that's an allergic trigger non-reactive is by isolating the proteins that cause the problem. So they've done that with the Nyloxin or with the pet pain away. So there's no issue if you have an animal who is an allergic to chicken. There's no problem with them taking this product. So I'm looking forward to helping her with that also. I met a woman there who was going through her chemo treatments, and of course has a lot of aches and pains, joint pain that she gets from after headaches. And she tried it. She also had great relief in her legs. She just wished she had put more on. So she's gotten onto my website and tried it, and I'll be following up with her too. But so it just helps with a lot of different kinds of pain. You don't need to, fill your shelf up with things that are dangerous or things that make you sick or have side effects. You can just have one product that'll do the trick. And that's it for me. Back to you, Steve.
All right, Kimberly, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And we're looking forward to seeing you back on a webinar here again in the future. Let's go out to another place in California, Northern California in Sacramento, which we just had last event with this rock star, Mr. Lucky Lee. Lucky Lee, let's go ahead and get you turned on here. And you're now turned on here. So when you can come to your microphone, go ahead and say hello. Waiting on Lucky Lee from Sacramento. We were just out in Sacramento for our last event. There, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. Very exciting to hear your voice. And I know you've had a lot of things going on since Sacramento. Tell us a little bit about what happened after the event and a couple of your product stories. I know that you're real excited to share tonight.
All right. Good evenings, everyone. This is Lucky Lee Sacramento, and we was after the events. We have a lot of testimony coming out, a lot of superstar popping out, a lot of gold members, and also we have a lot of the last few days. We also have a few founder positions pop out in my team also too. So we have a great event after. After Rick Stice and Stephen, all the top leaders come out here to support us, and that is a honor for us in Sacramento, and to grand open the market in Sacramento, and that is very awesome. For myself, the products is no doubt about it. I every Tuesday we do have a meeting in Sacramento. And every Tuesday, we always testimony for the people to try out the product. At the end the day, we always have few people that buy the product and test out the product. So I think that to let people try the product and to promote the company is very, very important for us in Sacramento. And that's what we've been doing. We believe in helping people more than go out and recruit people, because I believe that after they try out the product and help them feel much better, more active for themselves, and relieve the pain, definitely no question why they don't join the business. And I focus more of go out there and help people more than or go out there and recruit instead of go out there and help people from the moment they recognize the product good, they join themselves. So myself, for my family's wise, my mother's is much better than before. I have a lot of people that, that use it. They feel much better, and again, the products produce results uh, that I see for the last 4 months with mine and Nyloxin, and no doubt about the company where the company going to. Um, I'm very proud to see myself with the company, and I passionate about it. And every day, waking up every day, love what I doing, and I believe it's very good to go out there and help people feel good about themselves.
Awesome, Lucky. Well, we're so excited about what's going on in Sacramento, and just tell us real briefly with over the Thanksgiving holiday. That's also the Hmong New Year, and tell us about your experience. You set up a booth out there. Tell us a little bit about that real quick.
Yes. Last Thursday, there's on New Year's, and we registered for the booth out there. And Thursday and Friday was awesome. It's like over a thousand people that was that event, and they came out and see us put Nyloxin banner and pet pen away. A lot of people asked us come over and test the product. From that event, we believe that we have a lot over 100 people came by our booth and hey, what is the ask a lot of questions, and we let them try out the products, and out of that event we sold about 8 bottles on that event. Of course, a lot of people try out, and we pass a lot of information out for those people. And we do have a couple people call us back, and they join in. One of them is Pang. She saw us there. She tried a product, and I guess she called us up. She said, "Hey, I want to buy more products." So she ordered 4 more bottles on a few days ago. And then when I came over and I showed her husband how important to stay to use the product, and from the moment they joined in as a gold member, yesterday she joined a gold member, and also today she decided to get into the founder, which is getting to participate in the media side, and that's awesome. And I look forward to work with those leaders that see what we have here is so important.
I'm going to make an example of you for just a moment here, Lucky. This is so powerful, ladies and gentlemen. If you just really can grasp what he just shared, this is the model that really works the best with our company. Let's back up and rewind about 60 seconds what he said. You first met this lady that bought the 4 extra bottles. You first met her with your booth and exposed Nyloxin and introduced the product to her at this show, that this event that you guys are involved with. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you basically introduced the product first. You got her attention. You sampled the product, and then through a follow-up, you got her attention. She comes and orders a few more bottles, and then you have a chance to expand upon what you first shared and go into a little bit more information. Then she decides to, as you got a chance to meet with the spouse, now their vision expanded big enough to where they committed to now to becoming a gold member. And then you had an opportunity to further open up their eyes to the opportunity of the Diamond Founder, and you got now a commitment from them to be a Diamond Founder. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes. So yesterday I walked out for her house, and first she said, "Oh, I want to buy 15 bottles more for her family." So I asked, "Well, why don't you just join into the company and become part of us and make money with us?" And that's the time that she said, "Well, I explained her the comp plan and everything." So she's very excited, and she joined me as a gold member yesterday. And I told her, if you in 1500, why you get into the founder? You know, you are the first Hmong community in Sacramento. We have over 100 and something people that are very founder. Founder, that means you own something in this company. And and that's a time that not only that her upline also fire up, and he said, well, let me qualify the founder first before you. So they both sent out 10 pretty much send out the money. One sent out today, and tomorrow sent out tomorrow. So I'm
Wow.
working on. I'm at the house right now. Uh, Print out the paper for them tomorrow, so they can send out the cash check tomorrow.
Now, the point I want to really make and leave with everybody here on this story is that when you first met this gal, was it your first impression that you shared with her about the business? Was it about the MID, or was it about pain relief and Nyloxin?
Pain relief.
There
I
it is.
never approach people about the opportunity or get into the media side or become rich in here. I only tell them that, hey, if this product is very work for you, that means what? It work for a lot of people. Why don't you participate with us? Not just coming in just for $1, to try out. Man, I want you guys to do serious, because this business here is only, it's less than a year. And and when I mentioned about we can make a profit into the commercial side, TV commercial side, and how many products that the company will produce in the near future, and we have a very solid, very biochemistry behind us, that we have very rushed to the FDA and all this stuff, and the products why, and that's at the time that she decided part of the founder.
Lucky, I want to congratulate you and your team up in Sacramento for once again just doing a stellar job of building the business, what I believe is the excuse me, the proper way, leading with the product. The product is the star of this show and this company, ladies and gentlemen. That's why its name is part of the name, Nyloxin, because the Nyloxin is the product that really makes the difference. And when you lead with the product and you introduce it to people, good things happen. So, Lucky, great story, great example, way to be a leader out in the field, and we look so much forward to coming back to Sacramento early in 2015. Thanks,
Thank you
buddy.
so much thanks for letting me share.
Thank you. Way to go. Great job. All right, let's go here to our next speaker here. I'm going to go ahead and call on Candace. Candace, are you by microphone? If so, I'm going to go ahead and turn you on right now. And when you're ready, go ahead and greet us and say hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Candace. Thank you so much for coming on. And why don't you just tell us about your experience with the product, and if you have a few other close leaders, go ahead.
Yeah, Steve. I first off, I want to thank Lucky for his testimony, and Kimberly as well. I met both of them in Sacramento, and along with you and Shelley. And I'll tell you guys, everybody that's on this call, I would highly recommend that you get to the next event if you can. This is the way to really see what this company is about and where we're headed to. And I can't agree with you more, Steve and Lucky, that we all need to lead with the product, because the product is absolutely phenomenal. And the reason why I'm here is because of my deep belief in the product. I've been using the product for some time now, because I used to work for AT&T. So my story was I had a back injury at work, and it was permanent and stationary, along with a couple of knee operations. And so when Nyloxin came along, I just did not, I'm a firm believer of staying away from NSAIDs and like Advil and Aleve. After a while, Keith has told us his experience with the Motrin, thinning his blood. It does also destroy your kidneys over time. So when Nyloxin came around, it was a godsend for me, and I definitely wanted to try it out. I've tried other things with very little effect. So when I tried the Nyloxin, and it actually I did the extra strength on my back, and within, I'd say 15 minutes, my back pain was absolutely gone, just gone for a good 5 hours. And so I can't say enough good things about Nyloxin, whether you're using the extra strength or the regular strength, depending on the severity of your pain. You just can't beat it. I wish I knew that Nyloxin can also help people with cancer. Back at the time I was using it, I would have definitely have introduced this to my father last year. But again, I want to say that, with Lucky's experience, when you leave with a product, what's going to happen is you're going to have results like Lucky gave. And you're going to have people coming to the events that believe in the product, believe in the company, and will make this company last for 20 years or more. And that's what it's all about, Steve. That's what it's all about. And I'm so excited about Pet Pain Away. I can't wait to talk to every pet owner I know personally and go to my neighborhoods and contact every pet professional, including veterinarians in my local area, and be a true local representative of this wonderful company.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Candace. It was so great to see you again in Sacramento. One of our few 2-star event goers so far. We should start giving out pins for every time you come to an event, and you can start to build up your pin collection.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring out a familiar voice of the webinar, but every time we bring this person out, she's always got great things to say. And you know what? Today she gets to wear the special hat because it's her birthday. Say hello to Shelly Corso, the birthday lady, and wish her a happy birthday in the chat, everybody. Happy birthday, Shelly. Thanks for spending part of your birthday with us on the webinar tonight. What a commitment you're making here on your birthday to be here. But come ahead, go ahead, and you and Lonnie have such a powerful testimonial, both with the product and with the business. So go ahead and just share what you want to share tonight. But again, from everybody here, I think we all would love to wish you a happy birthday.
Steve, thank you very much. I got to tell you, I'm turning about as red as that red on the screen right now, because I'm not a get out there and get my business in front of everybody, and I'm kind of personal when it comes to that. So thanks for letting everybody know. I appreciate that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no, seriously. You know what? Even though it is my birthday, and I do appreciate everybody that's wished me a happy birthday. Thank you so much. It means a lot, especially coming from all of you. But I wouldn't be anywhere else. It's Thursday night. There's a webinar going on, and I don't miss very many webinars. I think I've missed 7 since January. So I'm just, this business has got a hold on mine and Lonnie's life, and we live and breathe this business. And we are so excited to be privileged enough to help the people that we've been able to help by answering questions, by sharing the knowledge that we have, especially with new people in the business. My husband is probably the best kind of person for counseling. He's very patient. He's very giving, and I'm very fortunate to be able to call him my husband. So I'm going to say kudos to him while I have the opportunity to do that. But this business has changed our lives. It's allowed me to leave a very lucrative corporate position, which most of you already know that. But in case you're new on the call, I a couple of months ago, I was able to leave my corporate job, which I made over 6 figures a year at, because of this business. And it's just been because we share this product and we believe in this product. We've actually been using this product now for about 13 months. He's yelling at me from the other room. So about 13 months. So prior to my Nyloxin even being in existence. So it was funny because of the results that we've gotten, and some of you may know and some of you may not know, but my husband's been a chronic pain sufferer for the last 20 years. Pretty severe. He's been on just about every kind of pain medication known to man, including some of the ones that are really, really bad, like OxyContin, that kind of thing. Fortunately for us, Nyloxin came into our lives at a point when it was needed by him, because it's allowed him to reduce his narcotic pain medication by 2/3. Now, that may not sound like a lot to a lot of people, but in this house, that's huge. That's huge. If you could have seen what my husband's gone through in the last 4 years, you would see how big of a thing that is. And so we will never, ever, ever leave this company. That's how much we love this company. We love Rick Deitch, everybody that's involved with it. We love the product. And I'll tell you something. I have got, I've been talking to people, kind of like Keith. Keith will probably tell you the same thing about the Pet Pain Away. I've been talking to everybody I know about Pet Pain Away, because I have 900 homes in my subdivision, and I guarantee you that half of them, at least, probably closer to 75%, have pets. So I've been talking to everybody, and I even went and ordered some refrigerator magnets, because we all have refrigerator magnets on the front of our refrigerators, and I got them from Vistaprint. They were very inexpensive, and I'm going to start handing those out. I've got people just sitting on the sidelines right now waiting for this product to come out. So what that's going to do to Nyloxin, and then when we go forward with our weight management, oh my gosh, because now, as of today, I am in that baby boomer category. So there's a lot of people that this business is going to explode. In 2015, we're going to see a lot of people realizing their dreams, and that may be $500 extra a month. So don't ever discount anyone, because that may be all it may need for them to be able to keep their house. So I really appreciate all of you, Steve, Keith, corporate, everybody in corporate, and all the MIEs that I have the pleasure of working with. And I'm going to give it back to you, Steve. You all have a good evening.
All right, Shelley, thank you again for being on the webinar tonight, and happy birthday. And yes, I did try to tell everybody it was your birthday today. So, and I'm not going to apologize for it. All right, let's bring out Mr. Keith Carey from Southern California. Mr. Carey, why don't you come out and say a few words?
Can you hear me, Steve?
Loud and clear.
Oh, what great testimonials here tonight. And, you know, I was hoping I wasn't going to have to follow Lucky Lee, man. I was going to say, that's a poor Candace, man. You know, Candace is rock and rolling too, and she's a rock star as well. But I would have hated to have to follow Lucky, man. Lucky is just tearing this thing up, and I got to tell you, you know, being able to turn somebody from an interested prospect for the product, buying a couple of bottles, to wanting to buy 15 bottles, to upselling them to a gold package, and then, you know, to the diamond founder's position in a matter of a couple of days is just, I mean, again, rock star status, man. So Lucky, man, you rock, dude. And I'm really, really happy you're on our team. You know, it's a real pleasure to work with you, as well as everybody else on the phone, Wendy and Candace and everybody else that's been on tonight. Shelley, you know, wish you were on my team, but we're rocking this business together. So, you know, we're all building this amazing company here. And, gosh, I've got so much to talk about. You know, we've got some great testimonials. When I first came on board in May, it took me a little bit of time to really get acclimated. You know, I was looking at some other businesses, and I was checking out some other situations. Had some people want to buy me in and fly me in and, you know, build, you know, half my business for me and so forth and so on. And you know, when I came across Nyloxin, I just, you know, we sat, Mona and I, together, and I was comparing Nyloxin with a couple of other different programs that we were looking at the same time. And I said to Mona, I said, you know, I think I want to do these two. In particular, I want to do Nyloxin in this other business. And she looked at me and she just gave me that stern look. And she said, pick one. Just pick one. And it was kind of like, okay, I really had to go back down and ask some more hard questions and really do some more due diligence and, you know, really dig deeper into both programs. And what I found with Nyloxin and the heart behind this company and the soul behind this company is like nothing I've experienced in 28 years. I got to tell you, You know, there's some people making lots of money in another company that I was looking at, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and they've been around for about 4 or 5 years. It looked like a really good deal. But when I looked at this and I talked to the leadership of the company, when I started investigating some of the direction that we're headed, and listened to the dream, and was able to see the big picture that was being painted for me. You know, I sat down quietly one day and I meditated for about an hour, and when I came out of my meditation, I said to Mona, I said, I know what we need to do. We need to do my Nyloxin. And she said, then look, good, let's rock and roll. Let's roll our sleeves up and put the blinders on, and take the rear view mirror off, and just dig the heels in and run 100 miles an hour and don't look back. And we did that from day one. I mean, really our first month in the business was June. I would say it was our first full month, and I can say that it has been nothing but an amazing ride. And guys, along the way we lose some people. People don't get the vision. They don't see the big picture. They get distracted by other programs. Maybe it's not really cut out for certain people, and that's always heartbreaking when you see somebody you've worked with want to take off and do something else. That's called that's life. That's just part of the business. It's you're going to win some, you're going to learn some. And so the people that are supposed to be in front of us, the people that are supposed to be on this call right now, right here with us, are here with us right now. These are the people that are going to take it to the next level, and we're the ones that are going to paint the picture. We're the ones that are going to lock arms and walk over that mountaintop. We're the ones that are going to cut new trails. This is the core group right here, and I know there are still some people that aren't on this call that would like to be on, and maybe that it doesn't permit because they have their families and making dinner, or they're at work, or whatever is holding them back. But for the most part, the people that show up on a consistent, regular basis, it reminds me kind of like the gym. In the beginning of the year, you see everybody go to the gym, and then slowly but surely everybody starts to fade out, and by February, March, the gym is doggone near empty again. And then summer comes around, the gym fills up again. And some people, they come in and they're lifers. Some people, they just come in, they get it, and they just say, you know what, this is a lifestyle choice. This is something that I've chosen to do, that I'm going to move forward with for the rest of my life. And that's what Mona and I decided to do. We made a conscious decision to join my Nyloxin, and not just join it, but like Shelley said, wrap our heart and our head around it, and really give our life to it, because it's given back to us so much, and it will continue to give back to us in the future. And with some of the things that are coming out here, tomorrow we're expecting a really exciting day. As you saw Frank write in the chat room, we've got the Pet Pain Away commercial coming out tomorrow too. I mean, I begged and pleaded, please, I want to see it. He said, I can't do it. He says, I promised I wouldn't show it to anybody, because they want to make, listen, they don't want to ruin it. They want to make a splash, and I understand that. But I'm like, please, I'll give you a month of my commissions. Nope, can't do it. Okay, so I have to wait like everybody else tomorrow to see the Pet Pain Away commercial, and I'm super excited about that, and the new website that's coming out, and the new name of the company, and the Pet Pain Away is ready for shipment, and the dual team system, which is ready to go. Guys, we are in front of something here right now. And what I've been able to see, which is going to be right now I would call it a sleeping giant, but is going to become a giant in the industry. And whether or not we ever get recognized as an Herbalife or a New Skin or an Amway, I got to tell you, I've looked around the industry, and there's been times when I've seen companies where people are making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a month. And it's a company I've never even heard of. And I consider myself, after 28 years of being in this industry, I consider myself somebody that's pretty well-versed and well-educated on what's happening in the industry, and I keep up with most of what's going on. And there's companies that continually come out. They continually come out, and I go, they're making how much? $150,000 a month. Wow, I've never even heard of that company. And so, guys, I'm telling you right now, whether we end up going on to become one of those, major, massive giants in the industry, or whether we become a boutique company, which I doubt very seriously that's where we'll end up, But regardless of that, guys, you are on the front end of something that's really going to change people's lives and has already started doing that a year ago. And as the testimonials you've heard already, people that are taking the product, it doesn't work for everybody. It works for 9 out of 10 people. And you know what? The product worked for me. That's what mattered to me. The product actually worked for me. I put the product in my system. I gave it a try. I got off Motrin, got off the Tylenol, got off the the Advil, got off all those those junky aspirin type products. And they took a toll on my body, man. I got to tell you something. After being on them for 4 years, because I go out, I play sports, I go into the gym a lot. I really, I push my body at the age of 56. I push my body a lot, and I enjoy doing that. I've always been a physical person, and I've had a lot of pains that went along with it. And so I was on the Motrin for about 4 years, and I had my blood test done, and they said, "Listen, you've got some serious issues. There's some stuff going on here that you need to check into." And, just at that time is when my Nyloxin came into my life, and I got on the Nyloxin product, and I can tell you that it works as well as and better than all the products that I've taken prior to getting on the Nyloxin. It's wonderful. I put it on my elbows, I put it on my knees, I put it on my back. I squirt a couple squirts in my mouth when I need a little bit of extra pain relief, and it works wonders for me. And the people that I've given it to, again, my experience has been about 9 out of 10 people have a positive experience with this product. With that, Steve, I'll hand it back over to you, and thank you everybody for joining us tonight. And Shelly, happy birthday again.
Awesome job, Keith. Thank you for your encouraging, inspiring words as always, and great job. And we love to hear the excitement in the voice. We're gonna close out tonight with Dr. Ron Cook in Arizona with his testimonial, and he's got a couple of inspiring stories to close out our testimonial night this evening. So, Dr. Cook, when your microphone is ready, go ahead and greet us, and we'd love to hear from you to close out our testimonial evening. Thanks for being on the call tonight.
Everybody's pretty much a hard act to follow, but let me just share a few testimonies with you tonight. It's been about 9 months since Nyloxin came to me. So, as a scientist and a healthcare professional, I just really look at Nyloxin from a little bit different view. I'm not a real networker. So let me share some testimonies with you tonight. A few of them I've shared before. The first one is Nancy. Nancy's in our area here, and she'd had migraines since she was a teenager. She's about 50 now, so it was a history of migraines for almost 40 years. So it was probably 5 months ago, I gave her a Nyloxin oral spray sample, and after 2 weeks, the daily migraines that she was pretty much experiencing were actually gone. So after all those months, she's now just doing a maintenance dose once or twice daily, and she's extremely happy. So, that's a pretty long-term example of what can be helped with the migraines. Then the second migraine example was a lady at the Ultimate Women's Expo that we did in Los Angeles. And the lady came up towards the end of the meeting, and she'd had migraines for about 4 days, and let's see, Kimberly put some gel on her temples, and she used the oral spray, and amazingly, she came back just as we were closing up the booth, and the migraines were gone. So it took about 10 minutes for those migraines to go away, and that's, you got to be a believer there, right? So the third one is Sharon. She's my teammate. She has a dry cleaning business, and she just really feels that Nyloxin is life-changing. Her history was she had a lot of surgery on her feet, broken ankles, and just really sore feet. She called it basically an arthritic situation in her feet. And she, at that point in time, let's say 5 or 6 months ago, she really couldn't walk around on uneven ground. So that's kind of amazing. But when she did get done with work, she would dread having to go to her car. So she used the Nyloxin, and she had some great results. Can you hear me all right?
You're good. Keep going.
Okay, I just heard some noises there. Okay, so even when she was working behind the counter, she had to actually sit in a wheelchair because her feet hurt so much. So I don't know how it happened, but she suffered a spiral fracture in her leg, and she just had a lot of pain. So for her, it took about 3 days for the Nyloxin to start working. And at about 3 weeks, she really didn't have any more pain. So um, it's been amazing. And I see her almost every day, one way or another. So she uses the Nyloxin as needed. And she actually carries a spray bottle around in her pocket. So just one example for her too. She had a molar tooth extracted. The dentist recommended Vicodin, and she just didn't need it because she had the naloxone in her system. She had no pain afterwards and proceeded to have lunch, and that's an amazing story too. So she really has had no headaches since using the naloxone for about 6 months now. And she says actually if it were occurring, she wouldn't feel it. So anyway, she calls the oral spray the top of her head to the tip of her toes therapy. So it's pretty amazing. And she has about 100 people in her business that are using the naloxone one way or another. So let me move on here. Everybody's had a wonderful testimony tonight. So Sharon calls this product her wow product, and she's just amazed with it. So again, let's go to Aaron the Cobb. He's a cancer patient that had stage 3 lymphatic cancer. He was taking a minimum of about 27 different pain pills every day, 3 times a day. So it was to the point where the doctor was just trying to make him comfortable. So after having suffered through, like he said, many operations and biopsies, he really was, he had an inoperable brain tumor. So he was having terrible migraine. So anyway, he used the Nyloxin and he's doing much better. He's knocked out most all of his aches and pains. And he still uses some, but he's cut back on the heaviest ones. So he's definitely feels that the Nyloxin is a wonder drug, and he calls it the best homeopathic natural painkiller on the market. So then I was at a Rotary meeting just last week, and one of our members is an architect. And after I did about a 20-minute presentation on naloxone, which was really fun, he came up and he says, "Hey, I want to try that stuff." He says, "I'm at a computer all day long, and I've got this show coming up. It's about 4 days. I'm going to be standing on my feet." Normally, he would really be hurting, right? So he got the naloxone in his system, the oral spray, a couple of days beforehand, and really, just to summarize, for 4 days he had minimal pain. Normally he would have to take about 26 milligram of aspirin. That's like 3 or 4 tablets in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 4 at night. But he didn't have to take any aspirin, and the situation really was pain in the bottom of the foot, the bottom of his feet, like plantar fasciitis, which went up behind his heel into his Achilles tendon. But he put the roll-on on and used the oral spray, and normally after 4 days of standing on his feet doing the presentation, he would have about 3 or 4 days of recovery. But he told me that it was amazing. He had very little discomfort. It was probably 48 hours, and he had to reinstitute the Nyloxin. But from somebody like Jim, who's very analytical and skeptical, he went from a non-believer to really a true believer, and he's anxious to share the Nyloxin product. So to summarize, I would say that Nyloxin really does have the ability to be life-changing and improve the quality of daily living. We probably have 120 plus people who are using Nyloxin product in our community here. So Nyloxin really is the best pain relief product that very few people know about. And we all just need to continue to change that awareness. I consider Nyloxin, my Nyloxin, and Nutripharma a wonderful, noble cause. And I feel that we're going to substantially change the healthcare system and the chronic pain problems that we have today. So thank you, Steve, for allowing me to share a few testimonies tonight. I'm really excited about this. I just get up every morning and really doing a happy dance that I'm involved, and it's my everyday passion. So thank you.
Okay, Ron, thank you very much. And in a few minutes, we're going to play the happy song. You can go ahead and do your happy dance in your own private room if you'd like to. But thank you so much. And guys, I tell you, it's been a fun night listening to all these incredible testimonials. And, you know, the thing I'd like to point out is that this is one product now that we've had the pleasure of marketing and promoting for the past year and will continue to promote. But this is only, can you imagine what it's going to be like, you know, 90 days from now, 6 months from now, we're going to have another testimonial night for Pet Pain Away, and we'll have another testimonial night for weight loss. And, you know, it just gets more and more exciting every single month that we get to see, you know, new opportunities opened up and lots of great things happening. And tomorrow is going to be a major day of excitement. So guys, I'll tell you, we're going to wrap up this presentation tonight. We'll have this up on our YouTube channel here by tomorrow, and you can start sharing with all the people that couldn't be here tonight. But I'm very much looking forward to the emails and the announcements that come out tomorrow, that we'll hopefully see everything kick off in the right way that we expect it to, and we'll be on our way. So with that, everybody, thank you all for your participation on the webinar, whether you were a listener tonight enjoying the testimonials or the people giving their stories. Thank you very much. And this is going to wrap us up tonight.